As you have all discovered, QUT is a place where you've learnt new ways of thinking and doing. It's a place where you've been challenged to leave your comfort zone, to be bold and learn the practical skills you need to take the next steps in your career. And so I congratulate all of you on showing great commitment, courage and achievement in qualifying to graduate today. Not only have you achieved academically, for many of you, coming to university may have required you to leave home, travel to a new country, or even persuade your inner voice or sceptical families that going to university would be worth the sacrifices. Just last year, more than 10,000 students graduated from QUT, joining the almost 300,000 professionals who are part of our global alumni network, of which I'm also a proud member. We look forward to welcoming many more students to QUT and supporting them while they study with us, as we have with you. We also look forward to supporting them in their chosen careers, whether in business, law, science, engineering, art, teaching, nursing, or many of the other pathways open to our graduates. I strongly encourage you to stay connected to QUT through our alumni network and to take advantage of the many networking and professional development opportunities it has to offer. For this is only the beginning of your journey. As you walk across the stage today, think about how far you've come. I know your friends and family are proud of you for the hard work you've put into completing your degree, and so are we. Once more, I extend my sincere congratulations, and we wish you every success for the future.
Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Margaret Shield, Vice-Chancellor of QUT. Today we celebrate the excellence of your achievements, the commitment you brought to your learning, and the dedication and perseverance you showed through every challenge. You chose our university because you wanted the real-world skills that industry demands. Today, surrounded by proud family and friends, either in the room or supporting you from afar, you stand before us as qualified professionals and emerging leaders ready to make meaningful contributions in your chosen fields. You have mastered complex disciplines while managing work, family, and personal responsibilities. You learn from and alongside researchers addressing our most pressing global challenges: climate science, healthcare innovation, and transformative technologies. And you achieved your qualification on lands that have served as places of teaching and learning for thousands of years, joining an unbroken tradition of scholarship and discovery. QUT is an ambitious, world-class university ranked amongst the top 200 globally. Our cutting-edge research in technology and innovation distinguishes us, but our true distinction lies in real-world graduates like you. Each project and placement has prepared you to enter your careers with confidence, and you now join a distinguished network of alumni, leaders in industry, innovators in research, and champions of positive change. As you embark upon your next chapter and go on to achieve remarkable things, remember you will also be judged by the care and compassion you show for others and the way in which you use your knowledge in the service for a greater purpose. On behalf of the entire QUT community, I sincerely congratulate you on your graduation and wish you all the best for what lies ahead.
Guests and graduates, please stand for the entrance of the academic procession.
Please be seated. Good afternoon. I'm Professor Sharon Christensen, the Executive Dean of the Faculty of Business and Law, and I'm delighted to be your host for today's graduation ceremony. In commencing today's proceedings, I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the lands with a Welcome to Country video.
Balka be Balka, welcome in the language of the Yagara people. We acknowledge the Turrbal and Yagara peoples as the First Nation owners of the lands of where QUT now stands. For thousands of years, the Turrbal and Yagara people have gathered along the banks of Maiwa, the Brisbane River, to share their knowledge and stories. We pay our respects to their elders, laws, customs, and creation spirits. We recognise that these lands where QUT now stands have always been places of teaching, researching, and learning. We acknowledge the important role Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people play within our QUT community. From Moreton Bay, inland as far as the Great Dividing Range near Warwick and Toowoomba, as far north as the Caboolture River, including the lands around Brisbane City, Meanjin. Yura yura yinala, balka bi balka, nganguru maramakoro nganya birali, nganya bayam. Welcome to the traditional country of the Turrbal and Yagara people.
Graduation is an important part of the fabric of university life, and in today's ceremony we will confer more than 290 degrees. In addition to today's formal proceedings, it is also an opportunity for us to celebrate and reflect on personal achievements of all our graduands and join very warmly and genuinely in their celebration. We would particularly like to welcome those who are live streaming from around the world. I believe our graduands would be the first to admit that while graduation celebrates their individual success, their accomplishments would not be possible without their strong support networks throughout their studies. As such, today's celebration also recognises the significant contributions of family, friends, university staff, and many other people through the wider community. We have a large ceremony today, and we will have a short musical interlude during the proceedings. Presiding over today's ceremony is Professor Margaret Shiel AO, and it is now my pleasure to invite her to certify the awards and certificates.
On behalf of the University and our Chancellor, Ms Anne Sherry AO, I add to you all my very warm welcome. I also acknowledge our host, Executive Dean Professor Sharon Christensen, Deputy Dean Professor Cameron Newton, Professor Vicky Browning, who will present the Doctor of University Award recipient Mrs Linda Lavarch, members of the QUT Council, QUT staff and family and friends. But most importantly, I welcome you, our graduands, whose achievements we celebrate today. And I add my acknowledgement to the traditional owners of the land where QUT and this venue stands, the Turrbal and the Yagara people. I call again on Professor Christensen to certify the eligibility of graduands to be awarded their qualifications.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to inform you that the graduands who will be presented to you or who are nominated for awards in absentia are entitled to be admitted to degrees and have awards conferred upon them. I certify to you and to the University that they have fulfilled the conditions prescribed for their awards.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the QUT University Council, I will admit to degrees and confer awards upon those qualified graduates in attendance today. I also admit to degrees and confer awards upon those qualified graduates who are listed in the graduations webpage and have been unable to attend this ceremony in person.
Vice-Chancellor, I now have pleasure in calling Ms Marie Clancy to present today's graduands.
Vice-Chancellor, I have much pleasure in presenting to you graduates in the Faculty of Business and Law to be admitted to degrees. For the Bachelor of Business, Lulu Baba. Emily Beams. Sophia Blade. Jacqueline Brooks. Connor Costin. Sophie Edwards. Emma Hansen. Samantha Manich. Maharat Mahari. Laura Dana Menel. Kyle Minhenge. Geraldine Murphy. Rana Oathman. Isabella Piddington. Dia Ramnath. Hanisi Rashid. Ella Ryan. Titsuki Tanohara. Abby Ullman. Anita Wu. Franco Apablaza Gonzalez. Lucinda Browning. Pei Shan Chung. Monica Despaniak. Connor Devlin. Murray Damat. Vetla Eliorson. Isabella French. Jake Gabernich. Jack Gillard. Joel Henders. Alicia Lee. Ziyun Lee. Yik Zhang Liang. Christian Morero Lee. Nicholas Narara. Mohammed Kahim Nurazan. Sergio Pinatoan. Harrison Retief. Liam Ross. Ajal Sumaji. Shema Yahaya. Benjamin Adams. Ava Allen. Kasra Amasadri. Riley Austin. Emma Board. Rudy Browning. Sophie Campbell. Calliope Castricios. Zen Crethery. Michael Davis. Bobby Downey. Eloise Gardner. Lachlan Goss. Saritha Hadari. Caitlin Hobbs. Thomas Howard. Ting Ting Huang. Hayden Hume. Yuna Igarashi. Angus Kempnich. Sharia Ketchapel. Josephine Kirby. William Liu. Isabella Liviani. Brandon Martins. Benjamin McAlane. Jasmine Miner. Sienna Muller. Georgia O'Keefe. Han Shen Ong. Runa Oshika. Diamandis Papagiannis. Zane Pearson. Matthew Power. Cassidy Ratcliffe. Matthew Thompson. Jeremiah Tiso. Claudia Tully. David Walsh. Emily Witt. Sam Yu Wong. Wei Chi Wu. For the Bachelor of Business with Distinction, Jasmine Corey. Lena Gilfrich. Talia Hymas. Eva Kelly. Allegra Keneally. Sarah Malecki. Meredith Phelan. Lara Rabjohns. Anthony Worrell. Jasmine Petro. Molly Dent. Dominic Graham. Lana Gravenall. T. Hai Lin Hon. Grace Burway. Tanya Kunalkumar Choksi. Joshua Dewar. Kia Dunbar. Ellen Francis. Freya Gall. Patrick Garner. Megan Hamilton. Jessica Jackson. Priya Kettle. Kayla Laurie. Serena Pitt. Dana Summer. Shratika Surich. Harrison Tay. Lucy Treagle. Claudia Chinosky. Vice-Chancellor, we will now have a brief musical interlude performed by Angel Strings. This will be followed by further presentation of awards. Vice-Chancellor, I have much pleasure in presenting to you graduates for the Bachelor of Business International. Charlie Mehmet. Matthew Taylor. For the Bachelor of Business International with distinction, Lizzie Hackett. For the Graduate Certificate in Business, Jani Cannings. Nicole Bloomer. Melanie Mechanic Moscaranius. Amanda Campbell. Antoinette Can. Mitchell Chapman. Julia Handley. Kirsty Archibald. Jason Avery. Jessica Bowes. Letitia Bongiorno. Marlon Brand Geralt. Tracy DeBow. Douglas Elms. Jessica Housecamp. Amy McPherson. Carl Noe. Kai O'Farrell. Christopher Pearson. Jessica Reedit. Joshua Stacey. Brittany Taylor. April Willis. Katie Wykes. For the Graduate Certificate in Business Administration, Ben Solomon. For the Master Executive, For the Executive Master of Business Administration, Shani Aiken. Nathan Blewett. Prathanma Chandra. Kelly Furtado. Nadish Karyavamsam. Chu Yang Lu. Gokal Vijaya Kumar. Jody Zimmer. For the Executive Master of Business Administration with distinction, Abdal Abuibila. Dean Bartlett. Jennifer Basham. Matthew Best. Crystal Bishop. Peter Bulker. Nathan Heatley. Colin McCormack. John Millman. Tessa Pavlish. Dean Robertson. Sasha Ryan. David Sawyer. Michael Simpson. Todd Simpson. Lapcho Trekowski. For the Master of Business, Kalitha Alalili. Shivani Bashapali. Tasha Dema. Caroline Fernandez. Lauren McAuliffe. Veena Sasi Purthan Parabil. Nandana Setu. Arun Soji. Kalzang Tiring. Prema Yangchen. Deki Yangzong. Daing Fatin Aisha Binti Abdullah Malik. Juan Carlos Aguilara Cadavid. Gala Chinzurig. Yanapat Kohan Pernsub. Noonpu Mahera. Paris Agutu. Warisara Petkampang. Ajay Mahadvin Ramanathan. Senita Panbunchan. Oh, my apologies. Can I do that again? I totally blew that. Penita Sebunchan. Harun Rashid Sheikh Barihula. Singyu Wan. Kinley Choki. Jewei Lee. Cecilia Moha. Jaden Nair. Vikram Rahaka Shetty. Din Nangan Tram. Farad Jitendra Upadhyay. Karma Wangchuk. Chering Yangden. Tashi Yangzom. Jigme Zira. Yeezer. For the Master of Business with distinction, Elizabeth Hislop. Kitty Jeffries. Timothy Johnson. Martin Clarkson. Marissa Kalouris. Todd Pickering. Siddharth Saroha. Jane Walker. I'll do that again. No, I'm sorry, I didn't see that. Brittany Gomes. Vanessa Pitzias. Nicola Crane. Deki Lamo. Liam Wright. For the Master of Business Administration, Andrew Borneman. Lisa Cunningham. Radish Prathama Kumar. Hassan Konya. Su Min Lim. April Naylan. Tufan Oztag. Christopher Rayleigh. Pallavi Sikon. Christine Weiss. Jan Jong. For the Master of Business Administration with distinction, Tamara Dyer. Micah Edwards. Marcel Farini Hashimoto. Amy Irwin. Nia Shuan. For the Bachelor of Business with distinction, Naomi Dufaulk. For the Graduate Certificate in Business, Jonathan Leonard. Vice-Chancellor, I now call upon Professor Cameron Newton to present the candidates for doctoral degrees.
Vice-Chancellor, I have much pleasure in presenting to you candidates for doctoral degrees from the Faculty of Business and Law. The full citations of each of the doctoral degrees to be awarded today and the names of their supervisors are provided on the graduations webpage. Amongst the highest qualifications the university can bestow, the Doctor of Philosophy, or PhD, is awarded for the successful completion of a significant piece of independent research, sustained in its scholarly character, and one which makes an original contribution to the field. For the thesis title, Organisational Control and Employee Outcomes in Mandatory Work from Home, Evidence from Bangladesh During the COVID-19 Pandemic, I present to you Dr. Tarima Firuz. For the thesis title, An Investigation of Women's Representation in Information Technology, I present to you Dr. Ranjita Islam. For the thesis title, The Role of Digital Transformation in Innovation-Based Competitive Strategy and Firm Performance, I present to you Dr. Mirzad Saidikia. For the thesis title, It's the Thought That Counts, Expanding Employee HR Attributions About Wellness Programs, I present to you Dr. Michelle Smith. For the thesis title, The Impact of Geopolitical Risks on Dynamic Capabilities Within a Supermajor International Oil Company, I present to you Dr. Masood Zadmi. Vice-Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of all graduands and awards.
Graduates, on behalf of the University Council and staff of the University, I add you my very warm congratulations. Whatever you do beyond today, remember this is a lifelong journey. Do it with purpose, with integrity and pride, and know that QUT will be here for you. I would now like to call on Professor Vicky Browning to present the award of Doctor of the University.
Vice-Chancellor, the degree of the Doctorate of the University is the highest award this university can bestow. It is awarded in recognition of distinguished service to the community. It is my honour and pleasure to present to you Mrs. Linda Lavache.
We can have some more clapping in a minute. By the authority of the University Council, I have the honour and pleasure to admit Linda Lavache to the award of Doctor of the University.
Linda Lavache is a distinguished leader whose career spans law, politics and governance, serving in the Legislative Assembly of Queensland from 1997 to 2009. She made history as the first woman lawyer elected to the Queensland Parliament, and again in 2005 as the state's first woman Attorney General and Minister for Justice, where she pursued an active reform agenda focused on community justice initiatives and the treatment of vulnerable people in the criminal justice system. Beyond politics, Mrs. Lavache has held senior governance roles across health, housing, and the non-for-profit sector. And she is currently a board director of Metro North Hospital and Health Service, Australia's largest public health provider, and president of Volunteering Queensland. Nationally, she's chaired the Non-for-Profit Sector Reform Council, which played a crucial role in establishing the Australian Charities and Not-for-Profit Commission, a landmark initiative in non-profit regulation. A QUT alumni, Mrs. Lavache's enduring connection to QUT spans active senior advisory roles in the Faculty of Business and Law and service on QUT Council. She has also been an instrumental sponsor and advisor to the QUT Pathway to Politics for Women program, which since 2020 has equipped over 100 women to pursue political leadership. And her mentorship and advocacy has helped reshape Australia's political landscape. In recognition of her distinguished service to QUT and the community, QUT Council has awarded Linda Lavache Doctor of the University. Vice-Chancellor, I present to you for conferral of the honorary degree of the Doctor of University, and to address us today, Linda Lavache.
Thank you. At the outset, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which this ceremony takes place this afternoon, the Turrbal and Yagara people of the Meanjin Nation, and pay my respects to elders past and present. And I'd also like to acknowledge all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people here today. Vice-Chancellor Professor Margaret Shiel, AO, Executive Dean of the Faculty of Business and Law, Professor Sharon Christensen, distinguished guests, members of the QUT Council, academic staff, family and friends, but most importantly, the graduates here today. To all those who have graduated and to those that have been conferred as a PhD doctorate, can I say my most heartfelt congratulations to you all. Can I say that I was a little surprised how quiet your families were? And I know it's a formal occasion and it feels very solemn, but you're allowed to cheer and whistle and whoop, make lots of noise. So I know how much each of our graduates today have put into their studies. And I know how much all your families and friends have supported you, encouraged you, and how much they've put into your studies. So can I ask, can everyone just be really noisy and cheerful about it? So let's go. Does that feel good? Okay. When I was thinking about what message I could give you today, I was reflecting on the fact that I have been part or connected with QIT, or is it QUT? It was QIT when I started back in the late 70s. So for nearly 50 years, QUT has been part of my life. And as I've thought about it, it has been an instrumental part of my life. It's opened doors that I could never have imagined when I first began my journey here. I came from very humble backgrounds, and I was the first in my family to ever attend university. But I am so thankful that I took that opportunity. QUT, the University for the Real World, has certainly lived up to its name in my life's journey. Every position, every project, every conversation has grounded me in purpose, in practicality, and a commitment to making a real and lasting difference. But most of all, it has grounded me in a life of service. Through QUT, I have met outstanding leaders, remarkable academics and students, and also colleagues who continue to challenge, support, and inspire me. So, to all at QUT and the QUT Council, being recognised by an institution that has shaped so much of who I am, I won't choke up, both personally and professionally, is deeply meaningful, and I feel so honoured to receive this recognition. Today, my relationship with QUT, and particularly with the Pathway to Politics program for women, is one of the most meaningful parts of my professional life. I want to talk a little bit about the Pathway to Politics program for women because it's a really important program. And I want to thank our Vice-Chancellor because it was her initiative that brought the program to QUT. Now, the program exists for an essential and urgent purpose, and that is to increase the number of women participating confidently, visibly, and effectively in Australian public life. The program equips diverse women, that's women from all backgrounds and experiences, to embrace their political ambitions, not to shy away, but to be open about being politically ambitious and to embrace those ambitions, to thrive as leaders and to make a lasting contribution to our society. The program is proudly non-partisan and uniquely tailored to the Queensland context. It forms part of a national collaboration between QUT and 7 other leading universities around Australia, united by one simple mission. And that one simple mission is to change the face of Australian politics. And this matters. It deeply matters. And why it matters is because when you look at the numbers of women that have been elected to our parliaments around Australia, you can see that we still have a long way to go. From my own experience, I was elected to the Queensland Parliament in 1997. I was only the 25th woman ever elected to the Queensland Parliament. It's only in the last election in October last year that Queensland elected its 100th woman to the Queensland Parliament. Now, the Queensland Parliament was established in 1861. So that's only just over 100 women in 164 years. Mind you, women didn't have the right to vote or stand for Parliament for the first 50 years or so of the establishment of our Parliament. But when you look at the number of men versus women elected to just the Queensland Parliament, but it's the same for parliaments all around Australia, is that we had thousands of men, but only 100 women in 164 years. And we're very proud to say that 3 of the women elected at the 2024 state election were from the Pathways program. So the vision of the Vice-Chancellor is now making and shaping our state. Now, coming back to the fact that I was the 25th woman ever elected to the Queensland Parliament, what that showed me was that the number alone signifies or tells us how recent the women's representation in our parliament has been. It also came as a big surprise. I nominated to stand for parliament because I wanted to serve my community. It wasn't until a few years actually after I had been elected that someone pointed out to me that I was the first woman lawyer ever elected to the parliament. Now, you could have knocked me over with a feather. You know, they all say parliaments are full of too many lawyers. And I did my law degree at QIT, as it was in those days. So that itself came as a surprise and a shock, because I've never set out to be a first in anything. And whilst I'm proud of those milestones, for me, they're not about any personal achievement, but they're more about what they signify, that women's participation in public life is relatively new, and that our institutions have long been shaped without the full breadth of talent our community has to offer. And while firsts are important markers of progress, my hope is that we are moving toward a time when it is no longer noted that a woman has taken a position for the first time, and that leadership across every field is just taken for granted. That's why a healthy, modern and truly representative society looks like. Yet striving for a representative and inclusive society also means confronting the realities of the world around us. Democracies are being tested. Technology is reshaping how we work, how we live, and how we connect. And many communities are calling out for recognition, for inclusion, and many just for hope. But there's something that we must not forget. Times of uncertainty are also times of opportunity. They are moments when communities come together, when bold ideas take hold, and when individuals, people just like you, step forward and make a difference. To our graduates today, you are entering fields such as business management, international business, human resources, and very important areas of research. These are fields where your choices, your integrity, your leadership will shape workplaces. It will influence industries, guide policies, and impact on the well-being of individuals and entire communities. We know that leadership today is no longer defined by hierarchy or position. It's defined by awareness of the environment around you, the world around you. It is defined by empathy and by the courage to act with integrity, even when the world is moving quickly around you. It's about asking not only, what can I achieve, but also, what can I give? So when I work with the women in the Pathways to Politics program, I see leadership grounded in purpose rather than status. I see women who understand that stepping up is not just a right, it's a responsibility. And that goes for all. As I said to our graduates today, your achievements are remarkable and you should be justifiably proud. But more importantly, your education prepares you to make a meaningful contribution through your work, through your leadership, and through your service to others. And that fills me with great optimism. You are stepping into a world that urgently needs your intelligence, your empathy, and your integrity. And I'm honoured to share this moment with you and to look forward with pride and confidence to the future you will shape. And may you, if we had a time machine and go fast forward 50 years, you could look back over how much QUT itself has shaped your journey in life. And as you shape our future, one decision, one contribution, one display of kindness and one act of service at a time. I know that the times of uncertainty you will embrace those opportunities that arise. Don't shy away from them, create them, accept them, because that is where you will make the difference. So thank you very, very much. I'm so touched by the recognition that QUT has given me, but the most important people here today are the graduates. Congratulations to each and every one of you. I wish you every success in your careers, and may you have an abundance of opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda, for that very inspiring address, and congratulations again on your award. Family and friends, we've almost come to the end of this ceremony, and as our esteemed speaker mentioned, you've all been extremely quiet and very respectful during this ceremony. Now is your second opportunity to be as noisy as you like and congratulate all of the graduates today. So thank you all. Excellent result. Before I close, I'd like to thank all of our wonderful staff who have arranged this graduation for us and assisted us today. It's not an easy job, and we thank all of you very much. I now would like to close by extending my personal congratulations and those of the university to all of our graduates, and best wishes to your family, friends and supporters. The staff will assist the graduates, family and friends to leave safely, so can you please wait in your seats until they guide you accordingly. Graduates, family and friends, would you all please now stand for the academic procession as it leaves the stage, and thank you very much, and hope you enjoy the rest of the day and the celebration. Thank you.